Coming to you from an undisclosed location, somewhere deep in the heart of the Santa Monica Mountains, I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Welcome to Questions with L.A. We'll get into your questions, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Recent forecasts predict that the summer of 2024 will be one of the hottest ever on record, with temperatures expected to soar into the triple digits in many areas. The Northeast, Midwest, and even parts of the Pacific Northwest are expected to experience above normal temperatures. And likely with that, drum roll please, normal energy bills for households will be absolutely on the rise. Folks, this is why Peggy and I stay cool with this magical little device. I love the cool air, cost savings, and peace of mind it brings me. This device fills my home or office or the studio with icy cold air without traditional electricity. It's a potential lifesaver if a blackout ever does occur during one of these upcoming deadly heat waves. Folks, as I said earlier, it was 110 degrees on the other side of the Santa Monica Mountains last week. I've never seen it that hot. The new version includes InstaFrost technology that uses revolutionary frost jets to get an instant blast of polar air. Simply place it anywhere you need to cool off and enjoy up to 25 hours of freezing cold air from virtually anywhere. Make yourself as happy and as cool as I am this summer by visiting www.easysummercool.com. That's www.easysummercool.com, easysummercool.com, or simply click the link in the description box below for up to 60% off today with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and fast USA shipping. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you've got a question, you can shoot us an email. We will definitely try to get to them. We have a backlog of questions, and I am not Mr. Know-It-All, so I do my best to answer your questions. And that, of course, is questions@lamarzulli.net, questions@lamarzulli.net. Let's get right into it. A very cool 30s console radio behind you holding up books and stuff. Does it work? This is from Brian. Brian, I don't know. I bought it at a Goodwill store, and the moment I saw it, I went, wow. And I used it in our set here. There's actually 3 sets in the studio. The studio is about almost 600 square feet. It's kind of small. So we've got the major set with the 2, what I would call elongated skulls behind me, and also the radio. Then we've got the set I'm working on now, which of course is a green screen. And then over here to my left, about 6-7 feet away, is yet another set with a very large studio monitor. So I can do like presentations and slide presentations. To my right is the music area, where I've got a very large desk with a rollout drawer where the piano is, so I can compose the music for the films, because it's easier for me to compose them, because even though we have things licensed, somebody always does a copyright claim, and then we have to go through the whole rigmarole. But that's why I compose all the music for our film. And right in front of me, about 15 feet away, is the edit booth, which is a very large 40-inch curved monitor and a M Studio computer. That's where we do all the editing for the film. So it's a real workhorse, and we spend a lot of time there. Both myself and when Gil Zimmerman, my business partner, comes into town, we go from there. So anyway, hope that helps and gives you an idea of what's going on. This is from Cassie. Hey, LA, just wondering if you've heard of a Christian author called Tim Cohen. He seems to be incredibly knowledgeable and has written several books, one revealing the actual Antichrist within our very midst, and appears to be documented with astounding proof, and one that's about aliens and UFOs, right up your alley, called Solar Apocalypse. I got to say, after watching an interview where he discusses his book on the Antichrist, it's very compelling. Here's why I never really go there, Cassie, because we've heard this for decades. In fact, if you go back in history, people have been pointing to different candidates to be the Antichrist, and it goes back centuries. So I don't venture into those waters because it's all speculation. I do not believe the church is here to see the rise of the Antichrist. I don't believe that we will see him. So, because the church is taken out. And that's my 2 cents. This is from Ashley. First, I would like to say awesome work you are doing, and may God continue to bless and keep you safe. Ashley, we covered your prayers. We are under fire from a lot of different people. Not everyone loves us. There are people who actually hate what we do, believe it or not. So we covered your prayers. Exodus 14:14 says this, that the Lord will fight for you. You just need only to remain silent, to remain still. And that's what we do. We just give it to the courts of heaven. The haters are going to hate, and there's no stopping them. They're entitled to their opinion, but we're entitled to ours too. But we covered your prayers. So let's continue. My family and I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and your conferences are a good ways away. There are lots of people here that would love to attend your conference and speak with you. Is there any possibility in the future that you could come to Virginia? Well, Ashley, I would love to come to Virginia, but someone has to invite us. It's not cheap. It costs us X amount of dollars just to leave the compound here, because we have to have a house sitter for the plants and the watering and the dog sitter and all this other stuff. So it's expensive. A weekend cost us upwards of $600 to $800 just for us to leave, because you've got airport parking, you've got meals on the road. So it has to be with a church. We have an honorarium. I usually like to come into Virginia. It's all the way on the East Coast. We would fly in on Thursday. I would speak on Friday night. One long primer session all Saturday morning, all Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday morning with question and answers. So it's a lot of work for us. We usually present 4 or 5 different presentations, from everything from on the trail of the Nephilim to the whole UFO phenomenon that we see, and everything in between. So I love coming, but it's got to be financially sound for us to do so. Hope that helps. And this is from Nathan. Hey, LA, love your work. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Been following you for years. Really enjoyed the Crop Circle film. I'm also a lifelong Brood Warrior player. I've never played video games, so I don't know what that is. Just wondering if that was the home screen ambiance that I heard when watching recently. Thanks for everything you do. Keep up the great work. I'm based out of the Ozarks. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help support your research. Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate what you do. Thanks for watching the Crop Circle video. You know, we were in England with Francisco Carreira, the head of Exopolitics Portugal, who, by the way, does a sit-down in the new book, which will be coming out in the fall, The Rungs of Disclosure. And we're excited about that book, and that'll be coming out probably in October. It has gone to the printer tomorrow. So it's on the fast track, and we're excited about signing with Charisma. But Francisco Carreira was in England with us, and Francisco and Hugh Newman and myself are in the Crop Circle Museum talking about crop circles. The reason why we went with the large crop circle in Ohio was because, in our opinion, you can't make a crop circle when the corn is 8 feet tall. How do you have the string? How do you plant stakes in the ground? How do you even approach this? How do you know what you're doing? Whereas in a crop of wheat or rapeseed or whatever, the crops are much lower to the ground. So 2 people can be standing 50 yards away with walkie-talkies and communicating with each other and laying stakes and making the circles. We get that. There's a lot of hoaxes out there, but there's also a lot of real ones, and we know that something is going on. Anyway, this is from Jeff. Where can I find your interview with the Native American that spoke to you about the disappearance of the Anasazi Indians? That was given to me, that particular, it's on YouTube. It's a Navajo Elder Speaks. It's someone else's interview, but I did watch it. I found it absolutely fascinating. You know, there is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. A lot of people, many people, don't believe that. But our work, certainly on the DNA, on the Nephilim skulls that we did from Paracas, Peru, certainly show that there's something else going on other than the official narrative. But it is what it is. And you know, it's funny, the Native Americans, First Nation people, talk about the 6-fingered red-haired giants. That's why Sarah Winnemucca's account of the Sitka that were all over the Paiute tribe, and we've been to the Lovelock Cave, that was there in Nevada. We've been there. And the Paiute legend talk about the 6-fingered cannibalistic giants that had red hair and were cannibalistic. Well, where have we heard that before? We know from the book of Enoch that the Nephilim were cannibalistic. Now, is that just mythos, or is it founded in reality? In my opinion, it is absolutely founded in reality. Folks, I will be at the Go Therefore conference. We fly in on Thursday night. I will be speaking Friday evening. Hope to see you there. I think there's plenty of room for people to come. So Go Therefore conference. Go Therefore 2024.com. Go to our website, lamarzulli.com. The links are right there. You can go and check it out. By the way, the following, we leave on Saturday, and we'll be going to Pastor Bell's church. That link is also on the website, lamarzulli.com, and I'll be speaking Sunday morning and Sunday evening about the UFO phenomenon, because it is real, burgeoning, and not going away. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Check out the website, lamarzulli.com. All the DVDs, all of them, all 30 of them are now available on our streaming site, streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be back again tomorrow with another questions for LA, because we're desperately trying to play catch up. Thanks for watching.
What happens if a mile-wide craft shows up above Washington?
Who's behind it?
Well, at some level, the government, the military, and the intelligence community.
It is a threat, and it's going to soon become a global threat, and it's going to require a global response.
The UFO phenomenon has become the great off-putting.
We're going to get disclosure accidentally.
An interesting time to be alive. We live in a time where literally the government told us these UFOs are real, we don't know what they are.
The question then is, who are they in contact with? Are they truly extraterrestrial? Has mankind been visited by inhuman entities?
What are your closing thoughts in regard to disclosure?
Floodgates are open, and all bets are off right now.
They're definitely conditioning the masses for some kind of revealing of technology.
We're being visited by extraterrestrials.
If you look at the late night talk hosts, when they're talking to all the presidents, and they always bring up the question, are you going to tell us anything? If you look at their faces, they know something.
Folks, the phenomenon is not going away. We go up, they show up, we go up, they come down. To warn of what we believe is the coming great deception.